Gahinga Gorilla National Park MGNP is situated in the corner of southwestern Uganda in Kisoro District, 10 kilometers south of Kisoro town, bordered by the Republic of Rwanda to the south and the DRC to the west. It covers an area of 33.7 square kilometers and lies at latitude 1023 south and longitude 29039 east. MGNP is contiguous with Parc National de Virunga, 240 square kilometers, in the DRC, and Parc National de Volcans, 160 square kilometers, in Rwanda, all forming the proposed transboundary PA known as the Virunga Conservation Area covering an area of 434 square kilometers. The park includes 3 of the Virunga volcanoes, Mt Muhabura, 4127 m, Mt Gahinga, 3474 m, from which the park derives its name, and Mt Sabyinyo, 3645 m. It lies in Bufumbira County, Nyarusiza and Muramba sub-counties and adjacent to the 3 parishes of Gisozi, Rukongi and Gitenderi. Gahinga is Uganda's smallest national park, just 34 square kilometers. The park is breathtakingly beautiful. Behind the dramatic volcanic skyline, in front windy impenetrable forest and to the left of Mutanda and Bunyonyi, lakes so scenic you can't believe more people don't know about them. Gahinga is at the frontier of Uganda's wilderness experiences. The montane woodland, montane forest, and large swathe of bamboo forest supports a large population of golden monkeys, found only here in Uganda. They are also home to the Nyarusiza family of mountain gorillas, the only habituated group outside of Bwindi. The second reason is that Gahinga is such a wonderful place to visit. Situated so closely to Mutanda and Bunyonyi lakes that you can spend a week in the far southwest and save the rest of Uganda for a second trip. In addition to gorilla treks and golden monkey excursions, both a standard visit and the longer habituation experiences, Gahinga is an excellent general trekking destination. Challenging guided day hikes are available to the summits of all 3 of the mountains accessible from Uganda, Gahinga, Sabyinyo, and Muhabura. Gahinga Gorilla National Park is Uganda's smallest but most scenic national park. Located in southwestern Uganda, Gahinga sits high in the clouds, at an altitude of between 2,227 m and 4,127 m. It is an important habitat for the remaining mountain gorillas in the world. At 33.7 square kilometers, Gahinga National Park is the smallest national park in Uganda. It is located in the remote southwestern district of Kisoro. It lies close to Bwindi impenetrable forest, another home to the endangered mountain gorillas in Uganda. Gahinga National Park is part of the larger Virunga Conservation Area, which includes adjacent parks in Uganda, Rwanda, and DR Congo. It is bordered to the south by the Volcanoes National Park of Rwanda and to the west by the Virunga National Park of the Democratic Republic of Congo. The volcano slopes contain various ecosystems and are biologically diverse, and their peaks provide a striking backdrop to this gorgeous scenery. There are lots of things to do in Gahinga Gorilla National Park. From the endangered mountain gorillas to scenic volcanoes, there is a lot to see in this amazing national park, a place where gold meets silver. Here are the top attractions to see in Gahinga National Park. Gahinga Gorilla National Park is home to critically endangered mountain gorillas, the major reason as to why the park was created. The park protects these endangered apes that roam through the Virunga ranges that are spread through Uganda, Rwanda and DR Congo. Gahinga National Park is home to over 39 mammal species including more than 10 primate species, and the stars of the show are the endangered mountain gorillas and the rare golden monkeys that are easily seen on guided wildlife tours within the park. Gahinga is also known to shelter 3 of the 8 volcanoes in the Virunga Massif that include Mount Gahinga, 3,474 meters/11,400 feet above sea level, Mt Sabyinyo, 3,674 meters/12,180 feet above sea level, and Mount Muhabura, 4,127 meters/13,540 feet above sea level. Gahinga Gorilla National Park is a national park in southwestern Uganda. It was created in 1991 and covers an area of 33.9 square kilometers, 13.1 square miles. Mgahinga Gorilla National Park is located in the Virunga Mountains and encompasses 3 inactive volcanoes, namely Mount Muhabura, Mount Gahinga, and Mt Sabyinyo. In altitude, the national park ranges from 2,227 to 4,127 m, 7,306 to 13,540 feet, and is part of the Nile River watershed area. It is contiguous with Rwanda's Volcanoes National Park and the southern sector of Virunga National Park in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. The park is about 15 kilometers, 9.3 miles, by road south of the town of Kisoro and approximately 55 kilometers, 34 miles, by road west of Kabul, the largest city in the sub-region. The area experiences 2 wet rainy seasons, February to May, and September to December. The average monthly rainfall varies from 250 mm, 9.8 in October to 10 mm, 0.39 in July. The national park encompasses bamboo forest, Albertine Rift montane forests, Rwenzori Virunga montane moorlands with tree heath, and an alpine zone at higher altitudes. 1. Primates present in the national park include mountain gorilla, Gorilla Birungii, with around 30 individuals split between 1 habituated and 2 unhabituated groups, and golden monkey, Cercopithecus canti, an Albertine Rift endemic whose range is now restricted to the Virungas and 1 other forest in Rwanda. 1.3 The checklist of 76 mammal species includes black and white colobus, leopard, African bush elephant, giant forest hog, bush pig, buffalo, Cape bush buck, black-fronted duiker, and several varieties of rodents, bats and small predators. 4. Gahinga Gorilla National Park is Uganda's smallest national park, receiving one of the fewest annual visitor numbers of any national park in Uganda. Popular tourist activities include mountain gorilla tracking, golden monkey tracking, volcano hiking, nature walks including to the gorge platform, bird watching and meeting the Batway community. Tourists visiting Gahinga Gorilla National Park make a 9-hour drive from Kampala to reach the park. The park is also connected by daily domestic flights from Entebbe International Airport and onto Kiahi Airstrip, which land at Kisoro Airport. Gahinga Gorilla National Park was established in 1991 in an area that used to be a game reserve between the 1930s and 1950, but was partly converted to crop fields in lower altitudes. Biological surveys were initiated in 1989, wire traps destroyed, rangers trained, and trees planted. Settlers were relocated to areas outside the national park's borders in the early 1990s. In November 2013, the M23 movement, a Congolese rebel group, surrendered in the park after being defeated by the Congolese army in the M23 rebellion. Gahinga Gorilla National Park is home to 3 of the 8 conical Virunga volcanoes. 2 of these volcanoes are shared with the Volcanoes National Park Rwanda, while the Sabyinyo volcano is shared with Uganda, Rwanda, and DR Congo. There are several things to do within the Mgahinga Gorilla National Park. Mgahinga's most exciting and memorable activity is tracking the mountain gorilla in thick jungle. The park has 1 habituated gorilla group, Nyarusiza, which is visited by tourists. This consists of 11 members, 2 silverbacks, 3 adult females, 4 juveniles, and 2 infants. Gorilla trekking is the most popular adventure activity that attracts most visitors to Mgahinga National Park in Uganda. The treks begin at Entebbe, taking trekkers between 2 and 6 hours with guarantee of 1 hour of up-close and personal with mountain gorillas. Valid gorilla permits are needed for anyone interested in tracking mountain gorillas, each costing $700 per person. Golden monkey tracking is the other active primate adventure that you shouldn't miss while in Gahinga National Park. This is the next big adventure to seeing the mountain gorilla trekking in Gahinga. Golden monkey tracking starts from Entebbe at 8:00 am to 9:00 am daily. The activity usually takes about 2 to 4 hours with 1 hour of close encounter with the monkeys. Within the park, there is a viewing platform that has been developed in the park. This platform is about 800 meters from the park gate. Once on top, you will have a good view of the park and the surrounding areas. A guide is not necessary and the activity is free. Displaying panels at the hill point will give some information about what you can see. This hike takes you first towards Sabyinyo. The trail climbs up the base of Sabyinyo for a while through fine montane forest before turning toward the Congo. Along the way you will get a great view of Sabyinyo's gorge and peaks. Upon reaching the Congo you cut back along the international border. The return leg to the park headquarters is a great section for birding. The 2 rest huts along the way are good places for a break. Look closely for the golden monkeys and signs of elephants. Hiking time is 5 hours and distance 10 kilometers. Farmland along the northern edge of the park is dry stone wall that keeps buffalo in the park and the trail along the wall is ideal for birding. Guide you between 17.00 to 18.00 if you book by 10.00 the A stroll towards the Democratic Republic of Congo through a wetland area where ibis, speckled mouse, firefinch are found. The Batway Trail leads from the base of Muhabura Cave. This walk is conducted by Batway guides who provide insights into their traditional forest life and culture. The 342m long Garama Cave lies beneath the plateau northern edge of the park, 3 kilometers from Ntibiko. It is set in the former farmland zone but in earlier times, the cave forest when it was occupied periodically by Batway who used it as a council chamber and a retreat after raiding their neighbors. Today the cave provides an atmospheric performance of Batway music at the end of the Batway. A trip to Mgahinga isn't complete without the Batway Trail experience. This is a cultural trail, most excellent for guests in need to experience authentic African cultures and traditions. The Batway are original occupants of Mgahinga Forest before they were evicted to allow it to be fully established as a national park in 1991. Following their eviction, they were rendered marginalized and embarking on this trail is a great opportunity to support them. The Batway lived peacefully with gorillas and mainly, they stayed in the forest as hunters and fruit gatherers. This trail cultural experience is done with the lead from an experienced Batway guide. A bird checklist of 184 bird species resides in this park, and includes mostly Albertine Rift endemic species. These include handsome francolins, western green tinker birds, yellow-billed kite, Ruenzora batis, olive woodpeckers, bronze sunbirds, Ruenzora turicos, Cape robin chat, blue-headed sunbird, Archer's robin chat, dusky turtle dove, and red-faced woodland warblers, etc. There are 3 Virunga volcanoes to be climbed on Uganda safaris in Gahinga Gorilla National Park. These include Muhabura Volcano 4127m, Mt Sabyinyo 3669m and Gahinga Volcano rising at an altitude of 3474m. The border trail offers moderate hiking experience up to the lower base of Sabyinyo Volcano. The walk to the border lasts for about 5 hours and comes with great views of Sabyinyo Gorge and its peaks. Hikers also get a chance to get up to the Congo line, follow the international border line for at least 2 kilometers. Aside from conquering the Sabyinyo Gorge Trail, there is a chance to trek up to Gisozi Hill Caldera. The Gisozi Hill is situated close to Kisoro and Bunagana town. The Gisozi walk lasts for 40 minutes and at platform set at 800m, enjoy the great views of the 3 Virunga volcanoes in Gahinga Gorilla National Park. To the north, do not miss to catch a glimpse of stunning farmlands, Lake Mulhi, Bwindi impenetrable forest and the Great Rift Valley on the Congo side. Embarking on a walk around the visitor center means a great chance to explore the wonders of Mgahinga NP. The walk comes with amazing sights of birds, vegetation, faunal species, and surrounding Virunga volcanoes Muhabura, Sabyinyo and Gahinga. Gahinga Gorilla National Park was established on May 9, 1991, following a long history of name and boundary changes. It is located in the southwestern corner of Uganda and is the smallest park in Uganda with an area of 33.7 square kilometers. It contains a range of montane forest and non-forest vegetation, a range of animal species, including the golden monkey, elephants, buffaloes, duikers, and is visited frequently by groups of mountain gorillas which cross the border from the adjacent national parks in the Democratic Republic of Congo, Parc National de Virunga, and Rwanda, Parc National de Volcans. The park consists of the Ugandan slopes of 3 inactive volcanoes, Muhabura, Gahinga, and Sabyinyo. Due to El Niño, the park and its surroundings experienced a very wet season, with the highest peak of rainfall from December 1997 to February 1998. In April 1998, there were reports of several deaths of people who were swept away by runoff from the slopes of the volcanoes. On April 13, 1998, a child of our porter drowned in a heavy downpour of rain. Size: Gahinga National Park is 33.7 kilometers in size, and this makes it the smallest national park in Uganda. This park takes its name from Gahinga, which is a local word for the piles of volcanic stones cleared from farmland at the foot of the volcanoes. Mgahinga Gorilla National Park is the smallest of all Uganda's national parks. The park was created to protect the mountain gorillas that roam freely within the Virunga region. The park is bordered by the Virunga National Park of the Democratic Republic of Congo and the Volcanoes National Park of Rwanda. It was declared a game sanctuary by the British administration in 1930 and was gazetted as a national park in 1991. The park has only got one habituated transboundary gorilla group. The visitors can also enjoy the Batway visit, which is a much far fascinating tour with the Batway guide to learn the secrets of the forest. The park's star attraction is the mountain gorillas. Gahinga Gorilla National Park is one of the luckiest and smallest parks in Uganda where the world's critically endangered mountain gorillas are found, and it happens to be part of the Virunga Massif where more than 480 mountain gorillas park known to be living. The park sits high in the clouds, at an altitude of between 2,227 m and 4,127 m. As its name says, it was created to give protection to the mountain gorillas that live in its dense forests, and it's also an important habitat for the endangered golden monkey. The national park has cultural significance, in particular for the indigenous Batway Pygmies. The tribe of hunter-gatherers was the forest's first people. Gahinga has got the most striking features and its conical, extinct volcanoes that are part of the spectacular Virunga Range, which lies along the border region of Uganda, Congo, and Rwanda. The national park also forms part of the much larger Virunga Conservation Area that includes adjacent parks in these countries. The volcano slopes have got many ecosystems and are biologically diverse, and their peaks give a striking backdrop to this gorgeous scenery. Out of the mountain gorilla population that are found in the Virunga Massif, there are about 3 gorilla families that are known to be living in Gahinga Gorilla National Park. The park is located about 519 kilometers from Kampala, and it is a 9 to 10 hours drive. This park was home to the Nyarusiza group of the rare mountain gorilla, Gorilla Birungi. This family moved into a territory in Rwanda in 2005, which saw the cessation of gorilla tracking activities at Gahinga. The group does return to the reserve for periods of time where visitors wishing to visit this group can obtain permits only on the day of tracking. Other animals in the area include the golden monkey, endemic, giant forest hog, bushbuck, and buffalo. March, April, May, and October to November are the 5 wetter months of the year, the months when the park experiences heavy rains and the ground often becomes slippery or muddy. The park's temperature rise differs with altitude, with average day temperature of 20 degrees Celsius, and at night, there is a drop of up to 9 degrees Celsius. At each elevation of 1,000 meters, there is a drop of 6 degrees Celsius. Gahinga Gorilla National Park's volcano slopes contain varied ecosystems ranging from the montane woodlands, tropical forests, and bamboo, moorland and tree heathers to the rare aforemontane vegetation. Hence the park is ever wet and covered by mist. Visitors need to prepare for damp weather conditions. Thank you for watching this video.